Hello, come along, umQhele, mother of crowns, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Welcome to the gallery of dreams, where creativity's hues and muse. I move where colors sway, dreams and spirits, twilight tenders embrace. Out of the blue.
So the topic of today is 10 things that I would have done differently if I had to go back and restart my natural hair journey. I started my natural hair journey in 2016. In 2016, there was barely any resources. That was really the reignition of the natural hair movement. And a lot of other people also really started turning away from relaxers and focusing on the natural hair. So I went natural because my hairline was beginning to touch the back of my ears. So I had to make a plan. I had initially started with hopes of going back to relaxer once it was healthier. What I didn't realize is that the relaxer was the reason why my hair was not healthy in the first place. For as long as I had known my hair, it was relaxed. I had no intentions of staying natural initially. My goals back then were much more different than my goals now, which is why there's a lot of things that I would have done differently. If I had the right mindset from the very beginning, that would have saved me so many tears. There's so much money even and effort. I wish I didn't focus on length and had instead solely focused on the original goal, which was health. I would have allowed it to just go from the beginning healthily and would have thrived. I would have just gone ahead and done the big chop. Ooh. It's winter, ignore the tears, this eye's gonna keep crying. My eye problems are probleming. Like I said, I initially went natural in order to be able to relax my hair once it had regained health. But what I didn't understand was that relaxed hair is damaged hair. It is intentionally damaged hair, yes, but it is damaged all the same. I feel like not cutting my hair off completely and just allowing it to start off on a clean slate, that prevented me from learning how to love it exactly as it grew out of my scalp. And honestly, that's also contributed to me eventually not taking very good care of it. Had I not focused on length, I would have just done big chop, and I would not have been disillusioned by transitioning hair. Because transitioning hair is also very different from relaxed hair, and it's also very different from natural hair. I would have focused on technique before moving all the way to products. I handled my transitioning hair like it was relaxed hair. I would try and comb it with a fine-tooth comb. In fact, I would try to detangle it regularly. I would over-detangle. Speaking of over-detangling my hair, I used to believe in this myth at the time. First of all, let's just say I was in the wrong place. I was following the wrong advice for my kind of hair, because I definitely do not have hair like this. And I was brushing my hair 100 times a day like I had hair like this. And I mean, even with people who do have hair like this, the more I looked into it, I realized why it also doesn't work for them nowadays. And it's because, is this an article? Yes, it's because of the differences in the detangling brushes that they used back in the day. Even they talk about it here. White tooth comb, girl. I was using a whole ass paddle brush. But the differences in the brushes that they used back in the day versus the ones that we use today. The more modern brushes you see of today are these plastic brushes. These are the brushes that I was using in 2016, and I was brushing my hair 100 times per day with this, which obviously, quick way to hurt hair loss. Even for those whose hair aligns with this myth, the difference in using this brush as opposed to using, Victorian era hair brushes was that they used to wash their hair less frequently back in the day. So it worked better to move the oil from the hair oils, the sebum, I don't know what you call it, from the scalp down to the ends, because the brushes that were used back then were made of all natural materials and they were ball bristle brushes, so they were less abrasive on the hair. Now you see this, I'd be more likely to be brushing my hair with this 100 times per day as opposed to the contraption I was using before. Now you know. Now I know too. If you want to brush your hair every single day, keep it detangled all the times at all times. Keep your hair shorter than 2 centimeters and you will have no problems, trust. The way that I was going about detangling was not quite right. There's a lot of things that I could have changed about the way that I was handling my hair. Oh, I would have also worn, I think we all know about this now, but I would have religiously worn a silk scarf. I would have been with a bonnet every single night. I used to use stockings as a bonnet, and it looked like it. And that's also something that I can say. I am grateful for the natural hair community for making natural hair mainstream, in that now I can go to Pep and buy a bonnet for like 40 rand, which it was not like that before. If you wanted to get yourself a bonnet, it was 80, 100 rand. Luckily for me, someone that came in and taught me about also that technique is a family friend from my mom's side. She came to visit from the UK and she had more knowledge on how to care for natural hair than I did. And she gave me a silk scarf, some coconut oil. Baby girl set me up. Ooh, baby girl set me up for life. But that, just Bumsy, if you're watching this, thank you. Ooh. Speaking of technique, I would have taken detangling seriously. I would have been more intentional with the way that I detangle my hair. I would have sprayed my hair with water, not force it to comb at the rate that I wanted it to be combed, and I would have also detangled my hair much less. Now, I will make an entirely separate video on how to properly detangle your hair, but briefly to explain, the way that I was taught how to detangle my hair from the salons, as a lot of us are taught, it was completely incorrect. It was not just incorrect, it was very damaging for my hair, especially for afro hair. I assumed, oh, afro comb, right? So I'd take this thing and I'd be out here ripping at it from the roots to the ends. I would have avoided the salon like the Black Plague. All the signs were there. How was I looking for healthy hair from people who did not have hair? Ish, I'm sorry, I have to say it. The ladies in the salon that I would enter, their hairlines was also starting from the back of their necks. And I'd be like, nah, she's gonna get me right. No, she can't even get her right. Okay, speaking of the South African salons, it reminds me of that story of where that American lady, South African salon, went to a South African salon, hey? Ma'am walked in with the most gorgeous full afro, and it was huge, like huge. And then she left with 2 teaspoons of hair and a bag of spit-ins. It was a shame, it really was. I ended up not finding the video that I was talking about, but if you know the video I'm talking about, please send. Anyways, here's the literal first results. As you can see, there is no care, patience, nor love in the way that this lady interacts with this other lady's hair. And one thing natural hair does not do is stick around to be mistreated. Natural hair has standards. A lot of South African salons, a lot of the people that are staffed there do not have any kind of formal training. Yeah, like, let's be honest. A lot of people working at these salons do not have any kind of formal training or any understanding on how natural hair or hair in general works. Whether you have natural hair, relaxed hair, you get there, you break hair. I would not have looked for advice from just about anyone who had long hair. This right here was my Achilles heel. Yeah, I would look to my white friends for hair advice, and sometimes I'd even share hair products with them. Like, I'll go to their house, they'll wash their hair, I'll also wash my hair the same day. I remember there was a time when I was visiting my white friend almost every other day, so I was washing my hair almost every other day. I think the last hair advice I took from someone who did not have hair like me was cutting my hair into bangs. It did not look cute. I mean, maybe in this picture it did, but trust, when my hair was wet again, cease. Because you see, the thing about bangs is, I blow dried my hair, I cut them bangs, then when water touches it, when water touches my natural hair. So imagine what bangs this size straight look like when water touched them. No. Oh, I had to learn the hard way with this one, hey? If I had different goals outside of length, I would have thought a bit deeper about these decisions that I was making. All of these decisions I made trace back to mindset. I wish I had been more intentional with my product choices. At the time, I wasted so much money. Instead of just buying products that were popular or advertised, I would have gone into those hair shops, taken a picture of the products, the description, the ingredients within the products, done my research on each of those ingredients, which I eventually started doing, and then decided afterwards whether it was worth my money. What happened instead though, go to the shop, look at a product, be like, ooh, this is pretty, buy it, or I would receive some advice from someone I had no business taking advice from, buy the product that they were using, and turn myself into a little guinea pig with my own money. Ingege. This goes into another point. In the beginning, I wish I had started off by keeping a log or just keeping track of the things that were working for me and the things that were not working for me. If you want the quickest way to see what is working, what's not, write it down. The thing about the experimental phase, though, that I will give credit to is that it gave me a lived understanding of what does not work for me and why. Another thing I would have done is I would have respected my hair's limits. Because had I respected my hair's limits, things would have been smoother. I would have avoided tight hairstyles. I would have spoken out a bit more when someone was doing my hair wrong. I would have avoided styles that are tight or small parts like I do today. You see me with big parts? Yeah, that's for a reason. First of all, I do not have the patience to be undoing braids that have small parts. Second, traction alopecia. On respecting my hair's limits, I would have avoided doing heavy box braids, especially on tiny parts. Even though at the time that was the look, that was the vibe, no. Especially me, I do not have like a high hair density. My hair is it's not thick. I don't have like a lot of hair to say. So it could not really support the weight of the braids that were trending, popular, the braids that I liked at the time. So obviously a lot of the time my braids would leave with my hair. And at the time that was normal to me. And I'm pretty sure it's still normal to a lot of people. This one's very important. Very, very important. I wish I had listened to my hair before I would listen to internet influencers. 2016. That was the time. A lot of the natural hair influencers had booster curls, and the hair care practices they had were not very suitable for the needs of my hair. What worked for them did not work for me. But to be fair, in my defense, I was delusional. I thought I had type 3 hair. But that's why I'm saying I would have cut off my hair, because that whole transitioning period is what even allowed me to be delusional. If I had seen what my hair was from the beginning, I would not have been able to deny that this is type 4 Bantu Ndomyama. You know, I told myself, now I got loose curls. And this one is a bonus one. One final thing I would have done is grab me a time machine, come to 2025, and bought my hair products. The number one question I get is, what do you use on your hair? The truth is, I use my own products. I started making them because there are so few products out there that actually work for natural hair and are chemical free here in South Africa. And I want to be able to style my hair, my client's hair, and my family's hair without worrying that I am damaging it. So if you're interested, just DM me on my business instant order and I'll leave the handle below. My flaxseed gel, she's basically a 5-in-1. I use it for definition, hold, my edges, even as a curl refresher. No crunch, no flakes, just results. Then I go in with my moringa oil blend to seal everything in. What I love most, less really is more. My routine stays simple and my hair stays thriving. I invest a lot of time, effort, creativity, and resources into ensuring these products will come out as they did, and I'm very happy with the results, if I do say so myself. Anyways, I hope you like this video. I hope it's something you can learn from my mistakes. I will be posting at least once a week here on YouTube, a bit more often on TikTok and Instagram. So those accounts have stayed barren, I do promise. I'm gonna stop posting now. Yeah, till the next video. Ciao.
Kept it pushing through the hellfire, the stormy weather. I walked through it and came out better than ever. Shook the reaper's hands, hearing his words through all my endeavors. I've lost love, I've lost friends, I've been severing tethers. Heartbreak teaches that nothing